Hi everybody. So I've got a look for you today at my freshly painted Night Scythe for my Necron army. You may recognize this kind of armor look from my other vehicles. I've done the same kind of living metal scheme that I've done before. Essentially what I've done is I've taken an oil pen and I've done the edges, all the kind of highlighted edges, with this sort of scorpion greenish kind of color, and then I've just done scorpion green dry brush over the entire model. Now what I've done is I've done a very strong, like kind of a thick dry brush. So as you can see, there's straight lines like a grain that went across it as I dry brushed it. How did I do that? I did it using like an old brush that had the tips all kind of frayed out, and that way when you just kind of dry brush, I wouldn't even call it dry brush. I would call it like a wet dry brush. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but really thick dry brush, and those frayed tips kind of slide over the vehicle with space in between them, creating this great kind of grain. And that's kind of how I did that. And the weapons are done as the same as on my Annihilation Barge, kind of with a combination of dark and light blues, kind of lightened up with white. And I've done some little bits and baubles as well, kind of red lights and blue lights and things like that. Take a look at his cockpit inside there. You can see kind of, it might be washing out because the light's a bit strong, but that's kind of his cockpit there. The rear area didn't do too much around here. Pretty basic stuff, just straight up Vulcan metal for the gray, the silver I mean, with some Beta black wash on it. And this is done as well with 2 coats of Beta black wash and an extra coat in between of old Devlin mud as well, just to try to get it to get darker. Now I've also magnetized it, so as you can see on the bottom here, I have one of these portals there for it, and that portal actually just pops right out. The nice thing about these kits is that without having to glue them, I don't even have to put magnets. It pops out quite nicely. And then the sort of gun for the Doom Scythe just slips in quite nicely too. I'm going to try to do that here just to show you how that kind of works. But you don't even need magnets for it really. Just slip that right in, and we're off to the races. Here you go, Doom Scythe. So I always like to do 2 choices for the price of 1, and that's kind of what I've done here. I definitely recommend that if you're going to be painting up one of these vehicles. You can do the exact same thing very easily. It's a pretty cool looking vehicle. I like the sort of strange kind of Egyptian look that they've got for the Necron vehicles in the new codex, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Okay, so hopefully you'll see this guy on the table in some battle reports coming up very soon. Alright guys, that's a look at my Night and Doom Scythe, and I hope you enjoy that.